This guy's name is Jason. He is the grandson of a rich billionaire. Now he went straight into the first-class business cabin. But suddenly, the flight attendant, after checking again, said this is a regular ticket. It turns out that after his grandfather died, he left him with 12 challenges. If completed, he will receive a special gift from Grandpa. After getting off the plane, Grandpa's best friend took him to a farm. At 5 a.m., Mr. Gus woke up Jason, then drove Jason to the farm. He taught Jason to work. At 12 noon, someone will bring rice to him. Then drove away. Jason was lying on the pile of wood, and slept all day. The next day, it was early morning, Jason was brought here by Mr. Gus. Jason worked hard. At the beginning, things were extremely difficult. Moreover, Mr. Gus often comes to mess with him. Mr. Gus saw Jason's effort, and brought him back to the airport. Jason asked him about the gift but he just smiled and said nothing. At this point, Jason thinks he has been cheated. When he got home he immediately asked lawyer Hamley, "Is this a gift? I worked hard, what do you mean?" Jason's mood exploded. He said he won't play this game anymore. Then he returned home, but the luxury house was empty. A bad premonition, he quickly ran down, and saw that his car was taken away. He sat watching the video that his grandfather left him. He said, "It's only when he goes through everything that he learn how to live." Next task before the end of the month is that he has to bring a good friend home. Then Jason took his girlfriend to a fancy restaurant, and ordered a bottle of 1978. But when paying, the waiter told Jason that his card is locked. The news that Jason had no money left quickly spread. He called his friends to borrow money, but they all used excuses to refuse. Jason was so angry that he threw the phone away. In the end, he could only go find his mother, and ask for her help. But his mom told Jason if she helped Jason, her property will also be confiscated. He had to sleep in the park. A beggar came and argued. They decided to toss a coin to decide, but neither of them had a penny. At this moment, a little girl came and gave them a coin. When he flipped the coin high, the beggar snatched it and ran away. That day, Jason was extremely miserable. He saw his girlfriend having fun. It's almost the end of the month but he still hasn't found a good friend for himself. That day, Jason was sleeping when he was woken up by an argument. It turns out that the beggar is taking food from little Emily. Seeing that, he chased the beggar away. To thank the girl for sharing the food for him, the two became friends. Then Jason took her to see lawyer Hamley. But the lawyer said that he must have bribed the girl. At this point, Emily said, "Look what he can give me." After completing the second task, the lawyer gave him a letter. Inside the letter is just a salary of $1,500 at the farm. Grandpa knows that this period of time Jason has been very hard. But he still hopes that he will use this money to help those in need. As soon as he walked out the door he saw the beggar. He took $100 to help him. But the beggar saw Jason through a bag, and ran away. Jason opened the bag, and found it was Emily's mother. He followed the address to a hospital, and found Emily with a bald head. He gently put down his bag, and went to see Emily's mother to ask about the situation. It turned out that the girl had leukemia. Jason took the rest of the money to help Emily. Now he understood that he received 3 gifts from Grandpa. It's work, friends, and the value of money. The next day, when he went to the hospital to visit Emily, Jason found out that she was at the synagogue. Emily said she wanted to make a pact with an angel. She was afraid that after death no one would take care of her mother. So Emily hopes Jason can pursue his mother. The two quickly started dating. Their love became more and more passionate. But the joy didn't last long. That day, the lawyer looking for Jason told him, this time the task is to investigate the death of his father. He went to Ecuador with the company of a guide. He found the plane that crashed that year. The guide told him the truth about his father's death. When the guide was talking, suddenly a gun was pointed directly at his back. The man desperately begged but the bandits without hesitation opened fire. Then they locked Jason in a room. Jason used to sleep, and ran away. He frantically ran into the forest. Realizing he had escaped he suddenly stopped. He decided to go back to knock out the bandits, and save the guide. Jason finally knows what it's like to have tribulation. When he returned home, Alexia rushed to hug him. Then Jason went to visit Emily. She blamed him for not visiting her on Christmas. The girl wanted to ride a horse. Jason agreed with her. He called to tell his lawyer that he doesn't want to do his duty anymore. Then he borrowed his